Hey, hi, hello creatives, welcome back or to my channel. My name is Lindsay and today we are diving into my April plan with me. As usual, my A5 size notebook that I got in the June subscription box. I'm also using some Tombow dual brush pens, the uni pen fine liners that I always use in all of my bullet journal setups, as well as the S-Gel 0.7 size, my Fudenosuke pen that's a hard tip, some washi tape, some stickers. These sticker sheets are from the 4 Bears stickered subscription box, some phrase stickers, some random papers just from the dollar store, actually from Dollarama by my house, and as well as usual, my Pinterest photos. And I go ahead and make sure that I cut them out all quickly for you, and in the wonderfulness of editing that you don't have to sit there and watch me cut out all of these photos from the paper that I use to print them out on my printer. So diving right into my cover page for April, and if you're not able to tell by A, the title of the video, or B, the coloration and the colors of the supplies that I'm using, it's kind of a vintage pink kind of light academia aesthetic is what I'm choosing to do for April to really start the spring vibes and to really brighten up these spreads and to brighten up my mood and hopefully encourage me to use my April spreads. I have been terrible for using my bullet journal in March, and I feel like I kind of say this every month, but life is life, and I ultimately love setting them up every month, and I think honestly, using it is a completely separate hobby, but I'm going to try my best for April, and I wanted to make sure that this was a really quick setup, and I didn't really overthink too much. It was kind of, if the colors looked good on the page and there was a little bit of not so much dimension, but just there's a little bit of contrast in terms of sizing of the pictures and stuff that I'm using. And then I didn't do a whole lot of planning on how the pages are going to look other than the paper that you see and the larger stickers that I'm using, like the Pinterest photos. But in terms of any of the washi tape or the stickers, I put it on as I was going and just kind of filled in some space and really just called it a day. I just wanted to be really quick and not overthink anything and just start to put stuff down on the paper. So my cover page came together really quickly. This is the final look, and again, super fast, and I love it. I love how basic it is, but yet still so decorative and really my style. So I love that. I love the way the cover page turned out. And then moving on to my calendar page, I tend to do the same thing every month because it works for me. I've mentioned before in previous videos that I use my calendar page for bill payments and certain things that are happening on each day. So I do want enough room to write on days. That's just what I like to do for my calendar page. And then I went in and wrote out the, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I like a Monday start because I like for my weekends to be together. And I went and did a little bit of calligraphy. I'm really trying to practice to get better. This hard tip pen is not the easiest to use, but I just practice makes perfect, right? So I'm just practicing adding this drop shadow with this Tombow, the darker kind of pink that I'm using. It's a little hard to tell on camera, but you can definitely notice a difference on paper. But I also went in and added this black shadow as well in between the two colors. And then I go in and start to find some Pinterest photos that I like, but Pinterest photos that I think will also fit on this page. I tend to try and find some skinny ones because I know I like to put some skinny photos on my calendar page, as well as I found this happy image that I know is horizontal, and I opted to actually cut out the word happy so it wasn't so much, dead pink space. And so I cut it out so that I was able to put it along the top there. And then I have the two photos on the right hand side just to kind of add this page into the aesthetic of that vintage pink. And honestly, I think I saw just a random like pink photo on Pinterest, and I just kind of always keep my eyes open to, different themes that will help for future months and stuff. And then I thought, so sometimes I start to, add photos into Pinterest boards and kind of name them and keep them there until I decide what I want to use that theme for whichever month. And yeah, so then I already had a bunch of photos collected for vintage pink, and I opted to use it for my April spread. So this came together again really quickly because I didn't overthink anything, and I just started to, paste things down. And like I said, for the stickers and the washi tape, I don't plan where it goes. I just, start to fill some empty spaces. And I think it turns out really good. Yeah, I think it turned out really well. Moving on to another spread that I use in all of my monthly spreads, and it's my budgeting page. This on the right hand side is my paychecks, my paycheck tracker, and then on the left side is my like a section where I like to write down all the bills that are due and the dates that they're due, and then the minimum payments or the payment that is due, and then any notes that is just good to note for our money. And then I always like to have these two spaces that I'm able to be decorative, and because everyone needs some good decoration on their budgeting pages to make them want to use that page. And again, I didn't plan, I quickly found these 3 photos very quickly that I found, went well together. And as you saw, I trimmed down that middle photo so that there wasn't so much blank pink around it. And then I go in and add a bunch of washi tape to fill in some space, the stickers and the phrase stickers. As you saw, I just quickly glanced on the screen. That is my new Yeti, because water is tasting really good to me lately, and my water bottle that I originally have is just not quite big enough, so I wanted to get a bigger one. And I know the Stanleys are so popular on TikTok right now, but I'm a Yeti girl. I own so many Yetis, and I can't turn my back on Yeti. So yep, I went and got a purple Yeti that was actually on sale because it's that Nordic purple, and I got it off of Amazon, and I love it so very much. But anyways, back to the spread that I'm doing. I know I mentioned in my previous monthly videos for 2023, that this is my monthly budget dashboard. And at first I didn't know what my categories and stuff were going to be, but because I've gone through for January and February to look up where we're spending money and where I want to kind of keep track. My income is my income. Debt is just kind of to indicate how much money we're paying onto our debts. And then it's hard to tell, I know, but so on the left side, there's 2 sections. The first section on the right-hand side is needs, which should be 50%. And then on the right side of the left page is wants, which should be 30%. And then on the top of the right side is savings, and it should be 20%, but it's savings and debt. So technically, I just separated the two because that's what works for me. And the needs, what I have as categories, just in case you're curious, I have our mortgage and taxes, groceries, gas, insurance, hydro, Enbridge, and my internet and phone, and then my Jeep payment. These are kind of our fixed expenses and the things that we need. And then the wants, there's a lot of wants, are restaurants and fast food, shopping. I have my husband's hobby as well as my hobby as 2 separate categories. I have alcohol and entertainment, animals, subscriptions, and then beauty. And then on the right there on the bottom, as you can see as I'm showing you the finished page, the beautiful finished page, you'll see that I have the overview to kind of indicate where we're at percentage-wise, and then the totals from our income, our debt, our savings, and then, our expenses, and a plus minus. Are we spending more money in the month than what we bring in? And to just kind of, or are we not spending or not that we're not spending enough, or, are we allocating the money where it should go, and to kind of see where we need to improve. And I really liked what it looks like for February. It's really eye-opening, and it's just definitely room for improvement, but that's the whole point of doing it, is to kind of see where we're able to improve. So and I'm a numbers girl, so I really enjoyed bringing that page come to life. But anyways, moving on, as I already finished my memories page on the left side, as I've mentioned through this whole video, is that I was very quick. I didn't overthink things. I just put things on the page and just ran with it. And so memories came really quickly, and there's not a lot of images that I printed off that would, fit that top horizontal thin space. So I just wrote in memories. And now, as always, my favorite to work on is my mood board. I did kind of fiddle around with this a little bit more than maybe I'm saying that I did, because I just kind of played around to see the space, and I trimmed down a bunch of photos so that it's not, there's not so much, I say dead space, but like, I guess the focus of the photo is of the items that it is. So yeah, I removed some of the dead space. That makes sense to me. Hopefully it makes sense to you. So I ended up on those three pictures. They have they're all like a vintage pink, but they all have a different filter on them, obviously, but I like how they all are like in contrast to each other. And then I just go ahead and start gluing them down. And again, my washi tape and stickers that I use, I put it down as I go, and I don't plan it. I just kind of use them to fill space and to make the page look more full. Although I do forget to put on the phrase stickers, as you see here in the overview. I already have the phrase stickers on, but you will see in a minute or two that I'll go back and add on some of the phrase stickers. Moving on to the very last page of this setup, and it's of course my weekly spreads. I really enjoy this layout. I haven't changed it in a little while because it works. I'm able to fill in with lists if I want, and I don't really care, what happens on which day, other than like appointments and events and stuff. But ultimately, if I have a to-do list to do for the week, I don't care if I did vacuuming on Monday, and then, I have to do vacuuming really every day. So it's kind of repetitive to put vacuum on every day. It's just kind of like to make sure that I get it done. Oh, here I am going back and adding in a couple phrase stickers to this page. And again, I've mentioned it in previous videos. I love what the phrase stickers do to a page. I think it just really completes it, and I love the look of it. But so yeah, I'm like, as you can see, this one came together just as quickly. I didn't overthink it. I just picked pictures that worked and fit in, and I went ahead and did it. And we're already at the end of this video. This flew by for me. So hopefully, if you're still here, thank you so much for watching. I hope you like, comment, share, subscribe, do all of the things. It means so much to me and helps my channel grow. I'm again so happy that you're here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.